Welcome to your Pilates Reformer workout. My name is Melanie, your mildly goth Pilates instructor. Today we're going to do a reformer workout for total body in about 20 minutes. Before we get started, this video is sponsored by my friends at Factor. Man, cooking and eating well is so hard when you're busy, and Factor makes that so easy. Factor is fresh, ready-made meals delivered to your door. You can choose from more than 27 options and 34 additional meal add-ons, and the menus change every week. Factor's meals are designed by dietitians, so I know that what I'm eating is both delicious but also nutritious. And Factor gives so many options for all kinds of different dietary needs. Whether you're keto, low calorie, vegan, vegetarian, you need protein plus, or chef's choice, Factor has something for everyone. So use the link above or go to go.factor75.com and please use my code FACTORSE36794 to get 50% off your first box. Thank you again to Factor for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into the workout. All right, let's start with the headrest in the downward position. We're gonna go for 2 reds and a blue, and we will start with some bridges. For this one, you can start with the feet down on the sandpaper or up on the foot bar for more of an intense experience, whatever works for you. Arms long by your sides. Give yourself a little bit of room between your shoulders and the shoulder blocks. Spine starts in neutral. Let's begin tucking the pelvis under, rolling up to our bridge. Find your diagonal line from your hips, knees to hips to shoulders. Big breath in, expanding your lungs in 3D. Exhale, roll it down from your upper back, mid back, low back, down to the bottom of your sacrum, finding your natural curve. Try not to move the carrot. Easier said than done. Curling the pelvis under, rolling the spine up. Pause here. Deep breath in. Exhale, roll it down. If you'd like, you can add a little ball or yoga block between your knees for a little additional inner thighs, but also cue to help with glute activation. Good. Give your glutes a squeeze. Roll it down. And as you're going through this spinal articulation, I'd really like for you to focus on activating the lower abdominals as you get that curve. And really think about articulating the spine down. Pretty basic foundational stuff, but it really helps to focus on form so you get the most out of it. Good. Warming up. We'll get fancy in a moment. Good. Last one up. We're going to pause here. Extend the legs. Bring it in for 3, 2, 1. Press out for 3. Bring it in for 3, 2, 1. Think about your knees going on an upward diagonal. Every time you come in, that will prevent the bottom from sinking down. When you come in, you want to keep glutes high. Let's go for 4. Belly button in and up. Last 2. And 1. Good. Bring the carriage almost to a close. Organize your torso. We're going to bring one leg up and lower it down. Other leg up, lower it down. This can be bent at tabletop, but you can let the knee come a little bit further in. Holding the carriage as still as you can, maintaining that deep core connection, feeling that tension between your hip bones. Belly button zipped in and up. Good. Let's keep it rolling. You've got 4. Switch. 3. Switch. 2. Switch. And 1. Switch. Steady pelvis, big breath in, exhale, melt the spine down one bone at a time till the bottom of your sacrum hits the mat. Let's move on. Next, I'm going to place the headrest up, switch on to 3 reds and a blue or 3 heavy, 1 light. Feet come to the outer corners of the foot bar, collarbone wide, knees rotated externally. I'm going to press out and come in for 3, 2, 1. Press out, come in for 3, 2, 1. Smooth out the movement. So you come in, check to make sure your ribs are down, your tailbone is heavy, got your nice natural curve. Good. Let's go for 6, 5, exhale as you press away, 4, 3, making sure your knees are tracking right over your toes, and 1. Good. Halfway home, tiny pulses up and down. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in, exhale, extend it long, bring it all the way home. Balls of the feet to the foot bar, heels raised in your releve or high heel position. You're going to press out, lower for 3, 2, 1, raise for 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the inner thighs, bend the knees, bring it home. Press out, squeeze the glutes, lower for 3, 2, 1, raise for 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Try to get your knees or thighs touching. Giving a little bit of a squeeze, but again, if you'd like to keep a ball or a yoga block between your knees to cue that inner thigh squeeze, feel free to do that. 3 more. Press out, lower for 3, 2, 1, raise for 3, 2, 1, and in, controlling the springs on the way out as well as on the way in. Last 2. And lift. And last 1, lower, lift. Pause here. We're just going to go for calf raises. Lower and lift. Single count. Let's go for 10. Lift. 9. Lift. 8. Lift. Try not to pop up in the ankles. You're using control on the way down and on the way up. This is 5. 4. If your ankles are popping, that's okay, as long as you're not feeling pain. 3. Make sure your belly button is lifted up toward your sternum. Last 1, lift. Bend the knees, bring it home, keeping your heels high. And we're going to continue on. Rolling up to sitting, switch to 2 red springs or 2 heavy springs. We're going to bring our feet to Pilates B. So heels together, toes apart, balls of the feet on the foot bar. We're going to begin with the right leg extended over the bar. You're going to keep that left heel lifted. You're going to raise the right leg up to 90 degrees. Left leg extends, reach the right leg over the foot bar. Right leg lifts, everything's an external rotation, and bring it back. Pelvis stays really steady, so just because this right leg is up doesn't mean that my hip bones are rocking up or down or side to side. Let's go for 4 more. This is 3. And if your leg can't get this high, that's fine. Take it to wherever you can. And 1, extend. Keep the heel high. We're going to lower and lift the right leg, still an external rotation for 8. This is 7. Try to bring the toe down to the foot bar and get it as close to 90 as you can while keeping that knee straight. 5, 4, pelvis steady, abs engaged. 3, 2, 1. If you need to take a break, feel free to do it, but we're going to go for leg circles. 4 to the outside and switch. So for this one, I'm not taking a super wide range. You can do that if you like. But I'm choosing to really focus on core control reverse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in, exhale. Reach the right leg over the foot bar. Let's switch sides. Bring the balls of the feet back to the foot bar, toes apart, heels lifted, heels together. We're going to extend the left leg over the bar. Now we're going to lift to 90 as we extend the right leg, lower down. So again, we're having control on the way out, control on the way back. Keep that external rotation so the hips are wrapping outward. Your knees should be facing at least slightly to the side. 4 more. Go for that big stretch. If your knee's got a little bend in it, really focus on extending through the leg. Think about the knee cap rising on the leg, engaging your quad to really straighten out that leg. 2 more. And last one, we're going to hold here, lower and lift the leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. After these last 2, we're going to go for 4 leg circles in each direction. 1, circles to the outside for 4. Mine are small. You can take them bigger if you can control the pelvis. Keep the abs engaged. Reverse for 4. Oh, that last one is always the hardest. Last 2. Ooh, 1. Recruiting some obliques in there too. Bring it home. Close the stopper. Both feet come to the foot bar. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock your head side to side. Let's move on. All right, for this next one, we're going to get into a little bit of obliques and then some fun abdominal stuff. I place my headrest down. I'm going to scoot away from the shoulder blocks a little bit. I've got my hands around the shoulder blocks, elbows go wide. I'm gonna begin bringing my knees to tabletop, or my legs to tabletop, shins parallel to the ceiling, neutral spine. I'm just gonna begin rocking the knees side to side. So you can see one hip is lifting up a little bit. I wanna take care not to pop my rib cage. In addition to that, that just didn't feel good, even as I did it right there. Inhale as the knees go to the side. Exhale as they twist to center. So again, the hips rocking is fine, but keeping that core connection, ribs really directed toward your pelvis rather than up toward the ceiling, excuse me, will help. And you really want to take care not to shrug the shoulders up, keep them melted away down from your ears, and elbows wide as well. Last set. Good. Let's go for corkscrew next. So for corkscrew, we're going to bring the legs around, back to center, and reverse. You can lift the hips up at the center or like sort of ta-da moment of the exercise. You don't have to do that. You can keep the hips down. So let's give it a shot. Elbows wide, legs come to external rotation. I'm gonna lower my legs to 45, lift them up as I lower down. I'm gonna bring the legs over to the right, bring it around to the left, and pike the hips up. As I bring it down, I'm going to lower it to the left, bring it to the right. I'm back to center. This one is a work in progress for me. So you'll see I may be struggling to keep my elbows wide and to fully keep control of the legs, but give it a shot. And if you're not bringing the hips up, you can lift one hip up as the legs circle around without piking them up at the top. That may be a lot more accessible for many of us, myself included. Good, and around. Good, one last set. And once you're evened out, we're gonna bring the legs back to center, hug the knees in toward your chest, release any tension through your traps and your neck, and we're gonna move on. Hold on, I need my emotional support water. Please give this video a like if you haven't already. All right, we have 20 minutes, so let's stay focused and we'll do the efficient stuff. Place on one heavy, one light, or one red, one blue. Headrest goes up, put a sticky pad down or wear grip socks for this one so you don't slip. Hands shoulder distance apart. We're gonna go for a long stretch. Press up through the palms, squeeze the legs together. You're gonna open up through the shoulder angle, or open up the shoulder angle rather. Bring the carriage back in. This can be very small or it can be a bit larger, whatever makes sense for you. So I'm not letting my hips pike up in this one. Keeping that pressure through the palms, so I have separation between the shoulder blades. I'm not pulling forward on the bar. I'm pushing ahead. I'm gonna go for 2 more. And then go into our down stretch and knee stretch. Which again, are not stretches. Good, bring it all the way in. Close the stopper, let's move on. All right. Lickety split, let's go for it. So hands on the foot bar, heels up against the shoulder blocks, toes curled under. I'm gonna bring my hips forward. Same thing, I'm gonna open my shoulder angle, excuse me, and try not to slam the carriage on the way back as I just did. Think about presenting your sternum forward as you bring it in. Some people like to take a really scooped sort of torso for this one. I frankly many times prefer to keep it a little more neutral for my own physical needs, but explore what that feels like. Let's take it for 3. Last 2. And 1. Very nice. Close the carriage. Let's move into knee stretches with the knees off the reformer. Heels still up against the shoulder blocks. Wipe off your sweaty palms if you need to. Knuckles oriented forward. Push up through the palms. We're gonna lift the knees, extend the legs back, and reach. So knees bend as the carriage comes in and stretch as you extend. Try to get your hips as low as you comfortably can without sinking into the low spine. Good, let's go for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Good. Bend the knees, close the stopper, lower the knees down. Next up, I'm going to switch to 2 reds or 2 heavies. We're going to go for just plain elephant, no fancy business. So we're gonna bring our heels up to the shoulder blocks. We're gonna lift our toes, push away from the foot bar a little bit, try to round through your spine to begin. Belly button is lifted up. We're gonna press out, bring it in for 3, 2, 1. Press out, bring it in for 3, 2, 1. Keep this going. Should feel some abdominal engagement here. Gaze is looking down on the mat. Good, let's go for 5, 4, last 3, shoulders away from the ears, 2, and 1. Close the stopper. All right, we did lower body, we did abs, so let's round out this workout with some upper body. So I've loaded on 1 red spring or 1 heavy spring. I'm gonna face the shoulder blocks. I'm kneeling with my bottom on my heels. You can be kneeling with your hips lifted if you like. I'm gonna stack my ribs right over my hips. I'm gonna extend the arms long, hands up on the ropes above the hardware. Press the hands back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and bring the arms forward. Press the arms back, squeezing, really bringing the shoulder blades together. You should feel the shoulder blades move. And with this one, it's very easy to pop the rib cage as you press the arms back, but I really encourage you to think about the ribs orienting down toward the pelvis so you really get that core connection and force your upper back to work. You can definitely get into that position by popping the ribs, but you're losing out on all that good muscle activation through the back. Let's go for 2 more. Last one. Press to the sides, look left, center, right, center. Arms go forward. Check in with your rib cage alignment. Press the hands back, look right, center, left, center. Push forward. 1 more each side. Hands back, look to your left, center, right, center. Bring the hands forward. Press the hands back, look to your right, center, left, center. Hands go back. Good, let's move on. Holding the straps in your right hand, let's turn around to face front. You can be cross-legged for this one. I'm going to kneel on my heels for a little bit of added resistance. You can place 1 strap in each hand, and the palms are going to be facing up to begin with. Roll your shoulders back. Again, connect your rib cage to your hips. We're going to begin pressing the palms up to shoulder height and lower. So what you don't necessarily want to do is curve through the upper back. That's something a little bit different. We want to keep the ribs oriented down toward the pelvis, maintain your neutral spine, feel that height or that length building through your torso, through your spine, as the hands press forward. Shoulders remain rolled back, collarbone really wide, and these hands don't have to come really super high. For this one, we just want them at shoulder height. Let's go for 2 more. Using your core every time the palms press forward and resisting the springs as you bring it down. Good. Now, next time you press out, instead of bringing the hands straight down, bend the elbows, serve a tray, and press. So the elbows skim the sides of the torso every time you bring it in. Hands right in line with your shoulders or as close as you can get. Keeping your ribs oriented down without rounding through the low back. Good. More with control. Let's go for 6. This is 5, 4, last 3, final 2, and 1. Very nice. Lower the hands down. Next, let's go for hug a tree. I'm going to sit down on my heels fully now. We're going to bring the fingertips together. Your elbows are going to be lifted, so you're like holding a pumpkin or a really big beach ball. Again, make sure your back isn't extending back, ribs down. We're going to open the arms wide, squeeze the fingertips together, powering this through your back muscles and through your pecs and shoulders. Good, let's go for 6. Lifting out of your lumbar spine, keeping it really tall. Good. Last 4, 3, final 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's finish up with shave ahead. So I'm going to make a triangle position. My thumbs and forefingers are going to come together. I'm going to bring that shape to the back of my head, and I'm hinging my torso forward. So I'm going to keep that hinge, extend the arms in an upward diagonal, keeping the fingers together. Bring it down. Elbows go wide. Abs are in and up. Feel your triceps as the arms extend, and resist the urge to let the head dip down. You really want to keep the ears drawn back. so you're not stressing your neck. Good, let's go for 4 more. Last 3. Final 2. And 1. Reach the arms up, bring them around, down, and you are all done. Thank you so much. If you would like to see more, please subscribe if you haven't yet. I post new workouts every Tuesday. And if you would like more from me, I also have a channel membership where I post exclusive new workouts and bonus content that you won't see on the main channel. But yes, thank you so much to my membership supporters. You guys are amazing. Much love. I couldn't do it without you. You all are the best. Love you. Bye.